Why are red zone threat receivers crucial for fantasy teams? Imagine a game where every yard gained is exciting, but the real gold comes when players cross into the red zone. That's the area within the 20-yard line where the magic happens. Some receivers seem to always be in the thick of it, making big plays when it counts most. These players are what we call red zone threat receivers, and they can be game changers for your fantasy team. In fantasy football, touchdowns are the biggest scoring plays. Receivers who get targeted often near the goal line tend to score more touchdowns. That means they give you a better shot at racking up fantasy points. The red zone is a small area, but it's where the most valuable plays happen. Players who are targeted in this area are more likely to turn those chances into 6-point touchdowns. Targets in the red zone happen more often than touchdowns do. On average, a receiver might get 4 targets near the goal line for every touchdown they score. That makes red zone targets a more reliable way to judge a receiver's scoring potential. If a player gets a lot of red zone targets, it's a good sign they have a higher chance of scoring in future games. Some receivers are naturally suited to be red zone threats. They tend to be bigger, stronger, or have great route running skills that help them get open near the end zone. Think of players like Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill, who often lead their teams in red zone targets. When they get those chances, they usually convert them into touchdowns, boosting their fantasy value. Teams also use tight ends and running backs as red zone options, but wide receivers who command a large share of these targets are especially valuable. They often have a special chemistry with their quarterbacks, making them favorite options when the team is close to scoring. This means they have a higher chance of being the player who catches the ball in the end zone. Focusing on red zone target data when you're drafting or setting your lineup helps you pick players who are more likely to score touchdowns. Instead of just looking at yards or receptions, you're focusing on the players with the best chance to put points on the board. This approach can help you build a more consistent and high-scoring team. Knowing how a team distributes red zone targets among its players also helps you predict who might have a big game. If a receiver or tight end is getting a lot of looks near the end zone, they're more likely to be a key scorer for your team. This kind of knowledge can give you an edge when making decisions about trades or who to start each week. In the end, red zone threat receivers are so important because they are the players most likely to score touchdowns. Their volume of red zone targets is a more stable and predictable way to gauge scoring potential than touchdowns alone. Using this information helps you make smarter choices, giving your fantasy team a better shot at winning each week.